Congratulations. You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam.
This is a beaver. You've probably heard of their dam building and tree cutting. Aside from humans, no other living animal does more to modify its environment for its own purposes. But when? How does the beaver and why does it breed? This is a beaver. So the beaver beeves and the rest of the dam gets built.
Thank you for giving a damn. We have taken our first step toward being the damn dominant top apex predator beaver that we could possibly be, being the top character, the top player in this wonderful game.
How does the beaver and why does it beeve?
Thank you for giving a damn. Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. I am currently just trying to figure out what's up with my stuff and make sure everything's in the right place. I have I just got a new monitor right here, and it's a much larger monitor that I got from a friend. And that means like my whole setup got changed because this is where my camera is. And so I had to like fiddle with some stuff, make sure everything lined up and all that kind of stuff. So we're running a bit behind today. Was expecting to stream an hour ago. And I honestly don't even know where... I found them. I'm like, where are my applications that are usually on my main screen? They're over on the right side screen for some reason. So let's get our music going. And then should be good. Okay. I was playing on my free-to-play account, so I also have to sign in on EA. But how is everyone doing this wonderful, what is it, Friday? This wonderful Black Friday. That's right, it's Black Friday today. I need to go and do some Christmas present shopping when I got a moment. Okay, get my rewards. Only 500. Dang, some people actually beat me this time. Okay. Gosh, this new monitor is going to take some time to get used to. It's so large. My last one, I want to say, was 22-inch, and this one's a 32-inch, so it's just massive over here, which makes it easier for me to read your guys' chats, though. Some value shifts in this game are also crazy for a mid-game account. Galactic War is just a shard shop currency, probably not working. But early game, there's so much useful stuff to get now, a ton of good ships and so many tunes too. Oh, 100%. The ships are so incredibly nice in the Galactic War shop. I cannot wait to hit level 85 and just sim Galactic War every day and get that value every single day. I just keep running into Geonosians or Captain Rex, and I just cannot get through them. And it drives me nuts because I'm like, oh, come on, these guys were not in here last time I made a free-to-play account. Why are they showing up now? The only people that would show up was Bad Batch that had any synergy inside Galactic War. Tarkin, Poplu, Zap, K2. Oh, fair. Hey, Caleb Lear, welcome. Apple, good to see you. Jocko, welcome. Duff Cake coming in with the...
Credits will do fine.
For the lady.
With the £2. Thank you so much, my friend. Hey, Beaver finally unlocked JKCK today, thanks to the triple drops that allowed me to bring the 2 characters up to 7 stars. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Lud. Good to see you, my friend. Been a while since I've been in a stream. Good to be back. It's good to have you back, my friend. Wavy Tone, welcome. 70 area currency off of 5,000 Lightspeed token. I technically have enough. My main problem is just, is it worth my time kind of thing? Because, like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of characters that need these things. So is it better just to start stocking up on Relic 10 materials since I'm not going to be paying for new characters going forward? And it's just during this era that I'm going to be paying for new characters just because I was curious about this era? Like, I don't know. We'll see. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I want to take this guy up manually because I need to confirm something that I can't find information on. So and maybe you guys will have that information. I'll ask you guys here in just a second. Let me get the treat for Mara. Sure. Dang, you are excited. Mess. Good girl. Oh, not quite on you completely. There you go. Go poopers. We haven't done the mask in a long time. Good poopers. Stop. Hip. Hip. Paw. Jate. Other paw. Jate. Good girl. Hip. Yeah, I shouldn't be more than like 3 days away from level 85. Yeah. Con Warlock, so I'm excited for it. Hey, Vader Slaps, welcome. Joshua, good to see you, my friend. Darth Wares, good to see you. You're voting on the Relic 10. I think that's fair. Like, I'm at a point where you look at the bottom of my roster, and like the amount of people that I can apply Lightspeed tokens on are like not that many, and they're not characters that are insanely helpful. Like, I might apply one to like Tarful. Thesis Mar no longer has a home anymore. I guess technically you could throw her in that team, but still there's other options. I don't know. A lot of this does not feel like it's worth my time getting up. Besides like maybe the stat, and even then I don't think I need the stat. So it's just not really something that I feel like is going to give me a lot of value. So I think stocking up on Relic 10 might be the better option for me. For a lot of you guys, the Relic 5s are going to be huge. Hey, Striker, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. I'm getting Ahsoka Rex to Relics, so I will just need to put Relics on the requirements for C, Leia, Lord Vader, and Ahsoka. There you go. Spent all my Arrow Magnifier Gear 12 stockpile and got Jedi Master Mace Windu and Depa Relic 9 for the event. Very nice. I think in your case, you can just save the currency itself. You probably should get Relic 10 mats later. Yeah, that's fair. Thomas Weaver, that is a good question. How do you get a roster review? There is a Discord.
Hello there.
Hello there, whoever you are. I don't have anything up. Lapper, welcome to the damn community, my friend. But this link to the Discord will take you to the Discord. There's a section called roster reviews, and I will put the message in there right now for you guys. I'll give those who are new a couple, like probably 2 minutes to get into the Discord and everything. But I put a message saying roster reviews live now. Anything after that is what we look at. If you want to skip the line, you can either pay $5 USD, or if you're a $10 member, you immediately skip the line or a top priority. And you just have to, if you already have a $10 membership, just let me know and we can put you at the top of the line, and then we'll keep going from where we are. So give me just 1 sec to get that message in. I'm going to get it ready to type in, but I'm not going to post it yet, just so that way, because it fills up fast, we want those new people to be able to have a chance to get in there as well. Looks like we finally got SR3 joy to everyone with Glondo. Yeah, not me. I refused on Glondo. Hey, Mark Redden, it's good to see you, my friend. I feel like it's been a while. How you doing? Been a while since I've tuned in. Glad to be back with you all. Hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, my friend. Hopefully the Unalive Forces get a LISP token in the next episode pass for Shin. Makes sense. Hey, Sir Tony. Welcome. Crazy how in half territory battle I'm currently getting thrice my GP deploy score from doing a combat mission. Yeah, that's one thing that I complained about with Rote, and I don't think anyone listened to me, is that, like... as a player that started out doing like the Hoths and going through everything, when I first started playing the game, like combat missions feel so good. And then you go and you do... We'll get Mara up here with another treat. Oh, Mara. Yeah, let's bring you up. I love how her head just like pops into frame right here. But yeah, like the combat missions give you such a boost and they go up so much. Like you're looking at like Geonosian territory battle, and like the ones on like the first and second day are like 1 million each on the light side Geo territory battle. Like doing the combat missions feels so good. Whereas Rote feels like it's Rote. I mean, the amount of stuff that I'm getting is like, you know, you look in here and you're like, oh yeah, I get 250,000. I get more from a basic level... a basic level 1 in the light side Hoth.
289 x 314.
Lud coming in with the 50 SEK. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for it, and we will get to you as the top of the list. We are going to put our message in chat, and you guys will be able to go ahead and sign up for those free roster reviews. Live now. And... goodness gracious. Okay, I do have the I do have to tell you guys the whole thing about Discord. Keep in mind, it is going through your internet connection to my internet connection to my PC, meaning that my Discord is going to look different than your Discord. What you see on your screen might be a little different for those who just threw theirs in chat at the same time as everyone else. So if we get into the list and it's a little wonky, keep in mind you are still on the list. It's just it might be in a different order. Okay, you're PHX. I was like, I know you're somewhat, like, I recognize the profile picture, but I could not remember for the life of me what your actual name is because of the whole @ names that they've started doing for YouTube, which is a pain in the butt. First in Discord is going to be Sir Tony, and then Lever what? Lever who? Can't see if Fledge is here for the ride. Fair enough, Light. For me, I got enough for a Carbonite Lightspeed token. Clicked on to the fact that I can just bag myself JKCK very quickly. Then gave it and got Seer to Relic 5 after giving her the Lightspeed token. Then I felt like I had to get Malikos also from Gear 1 to R5, so that happened. Heck yeah, now get that Malikos to R7, dude. I play for honor, so my reaction time is good, but I live in Australia, so my internet sucks. Oof. Oof. Real life nerfing you, my friend. Lucas, welcome, welcome, my friend. How are you doing? I'm sure you either make someone or will make someone very happy, Sir Tony. Okay, let's hop into some of these roster reviews. Oh, I haven't even done my dailies. What do these reset? An hour and 26. Okay. 2 seconds, guys. I need to do my dailies. I didn't realize I hadn't finished my dailies. The crystals are nice. Do I necessarily need my dailies? No, but the crystals are nice. Okay, and then we have the 99 cents from Joshua we still need to redeem for Mara treat time. Sure. Shotty. Good girl. I almost just reached for my jar of loose change. What? Shotty. More. Hip. Good girl. Take him. Jotty. Hey, Burrito. Welcome, welcome. What level Stormtroop Luke are we all sitting on right now? Right now, I think I have a 50. I spent a lot more money than I should have. Yeah, I've got a level 50 right now. I spent a lot more money than I should have, that's for sure. Hey, I can now use the Quig Goat in Order 66. Heck yeah.
Hello there.
You got an 8, Joshua? Dude, you need to get on that. My free-to-play has an 11 and it hasn't spent any crystals or anything. Whoever that was, I apologize. I didn't quite see it. I might be able to pull it up real quick. It was over on Twitch. The Joker followed you. Welcome, Joker, my friend. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Beaver Dam. I'll hit that stretch. And into a dab. Okay. So now my Zeta stock for the strangers, I'm no longer a thing. Fair. I'm having a hell of a time doing Bo-Katan Mandalore event stuck on tier 1. Tier 1 is... Oh, it's Keller and Beckett is a pain in the butt. Do you have both Zetas? Captain Cell jumping rewards from ID 90 lacking currency. Fair enough, Burrito. Or fair enough, Flight. Burrito 19, very nice. 17 with 700 crystals at 11 without spending anything. Yep, 17 on free to play, 41 on main. Dang, Armiser. I just got 19 after spending some crystals, but will hit 20 after tomorrow at Coliseum. Still can't beat tier 2 of the challenges though. Lamau. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, when you're going at it, you can be able to get up to like 11 free to play, my friend. You just need to keep in mind how each of the bosses work. Essentially, if you want how to play the Coliseum at low level, it's this is all I'm going to tell you essentially is on groups of enemies, you split the damage between enemies as much as possible to prevent ramping damage, because almost every single one of them have like high ramping damage if you only attack one of them instead of spreading out the damage. Heal abilities almost do nothing in this, so just focus on the damage. If there's only one enemy, don't hit any of the AoE abilities, only use, like for instance on the what are we calling him? Yui? On Yui, make sure you're only using basic if it's a singular enemy. Whereas like right now it's these two, so you can use the AoE on him. Because AoEs deal less damage overall. You know, just squeeze out as much points as you can. Vader, you use the second ability, not the third. The third deals less damage. I wouldn't suggest it. I do use the AoE on Ventress because it does siphon critical damage. I don't know if that actually helps, but I do it. Just beat it after joining your stream. Joker, I'm just magic, dude. Like, people just walk up to me in public and just rub my head for good luck because they know that I'm just him. That's all it takes. I'm glad you got through it, my friend. Congratulations. Let's see what the process is. Zetas right now. Yeah, I've got a ton of Zetas right now. I'm doing really good just because I'm not going for new farms. I'm just cleaning stuff up. And so I've got almost 5 Zetas lying around thanks to all the stuff with things going. We still going to play Magic. When is that again? That will be... Today is Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. It'll be next Saturday. Next Saturday morning, Striker. How much for the RR? $5 USD, Panic Monk. Or if you're a $10 member, you can just demand that you get to the top of the list. I think playing one of the periods could be a norm for me. I could see it, Flight. Lieutenant Mandalore Monday. Nice. Got her to Gear 13 today. Now she's at Relic 8. Almost got enough for Relic 9. Heck yeah, Vader slaps. I'm kind of toying with the idea that she's my first Relic 10. Just because she's become such a meme on the channel. And, like, I love this team anyways, so I don't see why not Relic 10 her. So I've been kind of toying with that idea, but there's some other Relic 6s or Relic 5s that need to become Relic 6 and 7 before I really push into my first Relic 10. So... Barris is the siphon. Sorry, yes. Asajj is the one you do the first time to get the buff for the speed. Yes. Asajj, yeah. You are correct, whoever said that. Con Warlock, thank you. Yes. What Con Warlock said. You avoid the AoEs, except with Asajj you do it the first time, and then never use it again to get the speed bonus. And then with Barris, you can use it as often as you want. Jedi Knight Guardian? You Relic 10 your Jedi Knight Guardian? That's a crazy meme, dude. I love it. I'll add you and Cold Ramen to a chat then. Okay, sounds good. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon currently working towards JKL. Very nice. Okay, let's hop into this first one. I know people don't have a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time because you know I ended up having to spend an extra hour trying to get my setup in order. But let's go ahead and start getting through roster reviews, and I'll try and keep up on chat as we keep going. But you know, the more I keep up with chat, the less I am able to do. Okay, so obviously CG has decided that the area units are the most important thing on people's rosters to see. You know, you get to see whether or not someone's a whale. So this is all I'm going to be reviewing from here on out. Your Stormtrooper Luke looks pretty good. I don't think you've whaled enough. You should probably throw at least another $700 into it. Otherwise, CG is going to get upset at you. So, yeah. Hopefully that helped, PHX. I will see you in the next roster. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's jump into your actual roster review. Yeah, I got your message right here, PHX. Just got Leia a few weeks back and Lord Vader a couple days ago. Dang, 2 GLs in a row. How did you have the Zetas for all of that? That's wild. Wondering what to focus on right now. I have my mind on Leviathan since I could really use the fleet on GAC and are semi-close to it. I'm 2 Rex away from unlocking JMK, but don't have any Zetas to spare. Close to the full UFU Team 2. Let me know what your thoughts are and what you think I should do in the coming months. Well, first things first, I love the fact that your Star Killer's Relic 8. Okay, this has become kind of like the go-to tab, and I highly suggest for those of you out there, like as I go through your guys' rosters and that kind of thing, you're going to see me go to this tab the most. So you sort by relic amplifier level and go to your relic 3s and like work your way up from your relic 3s into your relic 5s and see if there's anyone that's vital to your roster that like really needs the relic levels. Otherwise they're going to be absolutely destroyed by relic delta. That's kind of be one of the big things that like I'm going to be looking at when I go through your guys' rosters, your relic 3s to 5s. You know, like Wampa on an account like this might be falling off a little bit, so I'm not going to suggest the Wampa. You could do it if you wanted to, but like the Savage desperately needed. You know, he's a key tank on that team. Darkside Ray, key character. You don't want her to die. You don't want her to get one tapped. You want her to get up there, and you want her to deal solid damage too, because she is a monster on damage dealing. You know, Maul, not so much, just because we don't use him with Lord Vader anymore. Otherwise, it would be a Relic 7. Luthen, those flinging, you know, those teams where the whole team attacks, they're just so not valuable anymore because of Relic Delta, because you have to Relic 7 essentially the whole team to get it to really work. So we're going to avoid things like Luthen, we're going to avoid things like Maul, unfortunately, but like Chrysanthemum, very important tank that should
But its
go.
will do fine.
Panic Monk coming in with the
735 by 581 x 268.
Thank you for the 2000 HUF. My guess is Hungarian. I don't know. What currency is that? Agreed, Flight. Agreed. Especially with Relic Delta in the mix, that Relic 3 JKR should be a Relic 7. Yeah, Ezra Bridger right here. Treya Nihilus is definitely going to need some relic levels. Your Bosch layup could probably use some. She's not super important because, you know, she's going to be she's going to be doing debts, and debts aren't affected by Relic Delta, but you do got to keep in mind she can die easily to like a Relic 9 AoE. Ben Solo, like you don't want him to be dropping in a damage immunity from a singular hit, so you don't want Ben Solo at Relic 5. So there's a lot of this stuff in your roster. Like you have some good stuff, like you have the Starkiller at Relic 8. I'm seeing the Queen's Men and the Quadme at Relic 7. Like you have some good stuff started, but there's some key characters I'd like you to get up, and the good news is by getting those key characters up, yeah, it sounds like you already know this PHX, but we want to push in on it. But it's something that not only is it going to help you, but like you just saw how many Zetas I have in my account. Where's JMK? Okay, JMK I have as my active thing. I have every character for JMK at gear 13 or above. I'm just missing relic levels. I could get JMK within 2 weeks if I really wanted to. But the thing is, if we go and look at my relic amplifier levels, and we go down to, you know, this area, we have a Malicos at 5 of 7, who is a flinging attacker. We have a Starkiller at 5 of 7. We have a Savage at 5 of 7. You know, Queen Amidala is at 5 of 7, which not only is Queen Amidala going to die off easily, but also the summon that she has is scaled to her level, which means it will also be affected by Relic Delta. I have so many things in here that desperately need some higher relic levels before I can even think about going on to my next farm, because I want to enjoy this game. And enjoying this game for me, it means being competitive in GAC. Now, if you're more of a collector, go for the JMK. But 100%, I find enjoyment in doing good in this game, and Relic Delta is going to mess with that pretty heavily. So, Hungarian Forint. Interesting. Sunday saw a trailer for a movie called Anaconda. Paul Rudd, Jack Black action comedy movie about two guys making a movie about an anaconda. She used the Anaconda song by Sir Mix-a-Lot, which was just so funny to me. Sounds like I gotta go watch that trailer. Sounds like a dope movie. There's a movie that just came out that's a guilty pleasure movie, and it's Now You See Me 3. The Now You See Me movies are not great movies, but I enjoy them. They're fun. And so I am definitely excited to go see the third one in theaters. Just expensive to do all of them. How they work great before Delta. For JMK, I only need one relic on Gen Ken, then just do GMY. But yeah, and then you have a you have a JMK. Huzzah. Like, your General Skywalker doesn't have any Zetas. Your Cat's missing a Zeta and is a relic 5 of 7, which is just another character that you're going to have to take up as well as that JMK. Where is your Snips? I am blind. Where's your Snips? There we go. Once again, Snips is not going to do much at Relic 5. You don't have the Zeta on her, which means she's not going to attack out. That's already 8 Zetas that you're missing for the JMK. And then on top of that, Relic levels for those 2 characters. Your Padme is at least Relic 8, but she's also missing the unique Zeta. That's 9 Zetas to make the optimum JMK team. Like, it's a lot of work, and that's not on top of the Lord Vader that you still need to get up. Like, you have a ton to do for the JMK squad to get him up. It's unfortunate, but JMK is one of the most difficult GLs to deal with, because you get JMK up, he doesn't have like any of his characters that are part of his team. You get General Kenobi and that's it. The rest of his team is Snips, which is not something that you farm as part of anything for him. Cat, obviously a conquest character, and then Padme, which is a Lord Vader wreck. Luckily you went for Lord Vader first, but you're still missing a Zeta on her. So with Relic Delta and with your lack of Zetas, JMK is close, but like, let it remain close. When you get the Zetas, you can go and grab JMK and it'll feel really good. You can just apply all of them immediately. It'll feel fantastic. But for now, shore up the holes in your roster. That's going to be the big thing. Gas, yeah, it's one of those ones that you can get away with 3 Zetas. If you want to throw more Zetas on it, you certainly can, but really you just need like 2 Zetas on gas and then 1 Zeta on 5s, and the rest of it is all excess. You can throw it on defense, bring it on offense, and it can get you out of some tight spots. The 9 Zetas I don't think is worth it, and I do think the team needs a little bit of a lifter for sure. And like, he's fallen off as like a go-to for like plug and play Jedi, just because there's so many good plug and play Jedi that are better than him nowadays. But the health reduction is super helpful for like territory battles as well. That's what I use him most for, and I love most. Which are the 2 gas Zetas? The ones that aren't the basic. Now You See Me 3 was actually what I watched today. Give me a spoiler-free review, Con Warlock. What did you think? Should I do Malicos AoE Omicron or Morgan Zomi? Malicos' Zomis are more important. Yes, Mandalorians is one of those ones where it's a full swarm team. It just gets decimated by Relic Delta. Gas is 4 Zetas. Oh gosh, it's leadership for the ramping damage and then the reduction of health. The counterattacks is super nice as well, but it's not strictly necessary. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've done gas, but the fact that I remember what all 4 Zetas do is actually impressive to me. But it's his leadership and the unique that makes it so he reduces max health. Those are the 2 most important. And then after that comes the counterattack, and the basic you can leave for as long as you want. If you want to get it, great. If you don't want to get it, I mean, you're still going to get an extra assist out of Echo by using your basic without the Zeta. So you're still going to be able to do some good stuff without it. So protection recovery for Gas himself. I don't know. I feel like something needs to happen to give them some beefiness. Something to just, because like once gas goes down, you're completely wrecked, and you don't want to change that mechanic too much, because then it becomes too overpowered. And so just something that makes it so like when gas goes down, you get, you know, defense up, or, you know, an increased defense or something like that. Something to make them more tanky while gas is down, because then it won't inflict anything on like the exposed side when it comes to things like going up against CLS, so it won't affect the counters too much, but it'll just make it so that way it can actually survive and do good against the counters that it currently has. I feel like that's one of the biggest things is if it can become a stable counter to Malgus, a stable counter to Quadme, I think it'll solidify itself pretty well in the meta. That's still a great team. It's just that fact of just it's rough when gas goes down. So when do you think I need to go for Leviathan before doing higher relics or after? How are you doing on your fleet arena? And with that being said, on how are you doing with your fleet arena, how many crystals do you have saved up? Because you need to keep in mind that with Leviathan, you need the crystals to bring it up to 7 stars. Otherwise, it's really not going to do that much for you. So you want that 7-star Leviathan. So getting the relic levels up on the characters can give you the time to get the Zetas that you want for characters. It'll also give you the time to get crystals into your account. So I would say when you're close to having at least enough crystals to get it close to 7 stars, that's when I'd start looking at it. Because otherwise, you're just kind of, it's going to be good to get your, Malgus and your Darth Revan and Malak up to higher relic levels, obviously for relic delta reasons. But, like, the ship itself is not going to do overly much without the 7-star. Yeah, I mean, you want to farm Leviathan before you need Leviathan so you can start passively gaining shards, but is the passively gaining shards worth the extra crystals you'll get from finishing the stuff that you're doing in GAC, as well as getting the stuff done to make sure that, he's already in the top 10 for his fleets, and he has a fleet that he can probably swing up into the top 5 each day if he tried. So, like, is there a point to getting a Leviathan early just to get some passive shards when he could fix his roster, make it so he gets more wins and gets more crystals overall and try and get into Kyber too, Yeah, absolutely. I can check your mods real quick. Work at Relic 5 if she has the Zeta for Bo-Katan. The answer is technically yes, but with Relic Delta, you're on really shaky ground. Because if she gets one tapped, then you don't have the savior from Bam, which is rough. Your GLs are looking sexy. I'm liking your GLs right now. Is that with the speed? I'd like to see you drop the speed a hair like to 490 and have like a 15 speed arrow that has health as the primary. But otherwise, your GLs are looking really good. Very nice, Alex RG. Did you see my review, Beaver? I did not. Most of the first two, so I can't compare them. The movie was fun. Overall, the newly introduced young leads didn't quite do it for me story-wise. The magic tricks sometimes felt a little disconnected from the story. Still quite enjoyable overall, though. Those classical post-heist, this is how we pulled it off. Yeah, that's definitely how they've kind of felt. Yeah, I thought the first one was really good. I really enjoyed the first one. The second one, I enjoyed, but, like, I didn't think it was great. So I don't have, like, high expectations for this one. But I think it'll be fun to go see. The thing is, I can't clear ground. I can clear ground easy most of the time, but I always get stuck on Leviathan and fleets. Does this counter require this? Leviathan's the one that you use this one, this one, this one. With this. And this. Sounds good, Burrito. You have a great day, my friend. I didn't even see the first one, Sir Tony. I've never been a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I enjoyed playing the games. I really enjoyed watching Markiplier play them. But, scary games are not really my thing, and I don't really care about the lore at all. Do you not use this counter, my friend? Ever since I started using this counter, I've gotten my, like, everything so easy. I think mace is too slow. What's your mace at? Relic 5? No, your Relic 5's plenty of speed on mace. I think it might be your pilots. I think it might be your pilots. $169. 164. 188. You don't have to play around with the Anakin because the Anakin, you're not using it with Negotiator. Negotiator, it's different. So this would be too fast for the Negotiator, but it should be fine for the Endurance. The Marauder needs to be slower than that to be able to let it take its turn. So those two should be fine. No, everything should be in the right order. Unless you're not fast enough to beat out the Leviathan speed. In which case, the Marauder might be your problem there. I'm not going to sit here and try and, like, diagnose this necessarily, but I would go and watch the video of how to do this counter and go and watch when things happen and in what order, and then match it, like, literally play for play as you play through a battle. And so that way you can identify the spot where something breaks down. Because then the moment you do that is the moment that you can figure out, oh, I need to put some 6-dot mods on my Marauder pilots. Or, oh, you know, this is going too fast. I can drop a 6-dot mod off of my Anakin. You know, that type of thing. So go do a play for play. Because this, once you get this down to where you can even just kill off, like, the Tidorito, at that point you can finish Leviathan pretty easily with other things. So, yeah, but the vid I found was Relic 9 mace with all the Zetas. I mean, what the original is in Relic 9, if I recall. What is it called? Leviathan. Leviathan Count-A. Sure, that's spelled wrong, but Lando versus Leviathan. Here we go. This is the original guy.
See how we got lucky there?
Yeah, we see how we got lucky. So he's using a Relic 9 Endurance, right? Or is that a Relic 5? I can't tell. That's a Relic 9. So that's the original. What's the Scribe using? Because I'm not using a Relic 9 and I'm having no problems. He's using a Relic 7. You know? If I can remember how to do this offhand, I'll do it for you right now. But I honestly can't remember how to do this offhand. I always look at the video first before I run this. Because I struggle to remember how to do it. It's you, Rebels, you, and we'll try to demonstrate it real quick with Relic 5. Hey Teriyaki, welcome. Okay, if I recall correctly, you hit the target lock for whatever reason. You're going to hit the Valor. And then after that, we're going to hit Basic, as tempting as it is to hit the AoE. Then we're going to put him under Stealth to make sure he isn't the one that gets Isolate. Hit the Basic. We bring out the Phantom. And then we hit this ability, and it should give him the bonus turn, which makes the critical hit immunity fall away. And then we can just Basic there, almost kill him. AoE, he's gone. And then we bring out Lando's Millennium Falcon. And then we're using the buff Dispel. And then we hit this one on this, I think. And that should give us the opportunity to try and kill it. Looks so easy. It should be pretty easy, yeah. Like, it's not a super hard counter overall. Right here, you're going to want to use Valor again to make sure that you reapply Valor on your ships, because Valor is vitally important. And Valor doesn't stay on this fleet unless you're using your full clones, which we aren't because we're using Anakin in here. We're going to hit our ultimate just to keep us alive. We only get the thing from him, but that's fine. We're now into the second health bar on this thing. So now we can kind of just blitz it down, finish it off. There we go. Yeah. So like it's not too hard of a counter, and I think you have everything you need in your roster to do this counter. And that'll solve your problem much more than just trying to get a Leviathan into your roster, especially without having crystals. And boom, we just beat a Leviathan. So I would go play for play through what I just did and see where your pieces are not working, and you should be fine. That would be my suggestion, is get that counter down versus trying to go for Leviathan. I'd fix your relic levels instead. Sorry guys, that was a really long roster review, but I feel like it had a lot of pieces that would help a lot of you. So that's something that I've been trying to do, and I don't know. I'm gonna actually ask you guys right now as a poll. We're gonna make a poll right now and ask you guys some roster reviews that have like things that I feel like are widely things that you guys are seeing that you guys want to fix in your rosters. I like to go in depth and talk about them, but we could just keep this down to like, short roster reviews and make sure we get through as many as possible. I don't know. I feel like teaching the lessons that are going to apply to a lot of you will help more. Maybe I'm crazy. So but it's been something that's like kind of been like, I like this better, and I think it works better to be able, because I know a lot of you aren't going to be able to get a roster review because our line is so long a lot of the times. I feel like this was a good way of looking at it. But, maybe you guys feel differently and you want your moment to have me looking at your roster specifically, and that's fine. So I'm going to throw out a poll for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. What does suspense do again? That is an excellent question that you should ask someone else, because I don't know. I know how counter works. I do not remember what that does because I've never learned how the Leviathan works. I just know how to counter ships with it because I throw it on defense and then I use it in my arena, my fleet arena, to fight my way up. So I should probably figure out what suspense does, but I don't know. Do you have time to show your pilots? I do. I can show you the pilots while I'm waiting on that poll and letting you guys vote. So I have a Relic 7. Here, we'll go to Galactic Republic. Galactic Republic, not Old Republic. I have a Relic 7 Anakin, and I have him modded with the 6-dot mods to make it so that way he works well with the Negotiator as well as the Endurance, which is 4 6-dot mods, because you need him slower than your General Kenobi. And my General Kenobi's at Relic 7 with all 6-dot mods to make sure that he is, slightly faster than Anakin. Once you have a Relic 8 Negotiator, doesn't matter nearly as much to do that little in-between modding thing. You just have to be careful on relicing up either of these characters into higher Relic levels. My Marauder is all Relic 5. I've got rocking 3 6-dot mods on tech, and no, these are not good mods at all. These are just there to make me have the 6-dot mods for the Marauder, because I noticed that one of my counters wasn't working because of some speed problems with the Marauder. So that's what, 4 plus 2 plus 3 is 9 6-dot mods is what I have on my Marauder for bare minimum speed for one. I think it was the Negotiator counter for the Leviathan that I was making that for. That might be influencing your endurance as well. My Umbardan Starfighter, my 5s is Relic 7. Just because light speed bundle. And then 1 6-dot mod on him. And then where is she? My Phantom. No 6-dot mods, no 6-dot mods, no 6-dot mods, all Relic 3. No, Ezra's Relic 5, the rest are Relic 3. And then my cargo ship. We are rocking Relic 5 on both of them thanks to Lightspeed bundles. And then I am missing a mod on Young Lando because I don't use Young Lando, and then I don't have any 6-dot mods on L3, and I don't have any of the Omegas on either character. So, yeah, no problem, PHX. Wow, this is easier than a Leviathan leader. It has certain things with, like, if they have higher relic levels and stuff, there are certain pieces that can go a little wonky, but, like, I don't think I've ever had a battle using that counter that hasn't ended with me either being able to easily two-shot the fleet or, you know, do it first try. So it's very, very nice. I really like that counter ever since that one guy found it, which, you know, I can't say his name because it's a no word on Twitch, so I can't actually say it without getting banned. So big S word Connor, I believe is his name, is the guy who came up with that. He's awesome. I'd rather drink paint better than Relic Young Lando. Yeah, which, I mean, the reason that I suggested it to PHX is because he bought that Lightspeed bundle. He has the Young Lando at Relic 5. Like, I get not wanting to Relic Young Lando. I'm curious, if any of you guys don't have a Relic Young Lando, let me know if you can still pull off this counter. Because, like, I don't even think you need a Relic Lando. Because, like, if we go back right now, I'm almost positive that every attack that I had with Young Lando right there, it's was, like, dodged. Give him almost Millennium Falcon. Yeah, so like right here, all we're doing this is the buff dispel, so there's not really any need to actually do damage here. Dispel. Because you're just trying to get away. That was dodged anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then I use that ability, dodged as well. So like I don't even know if you need the relic Lando to do this. I think you might just need the Millennium Falcon fully unlocked, which wouldn't be too hard for people to get up and rocking. Vitally important. And like you see how little damage we dealt with Lando right there? Vitally important. Like I don't think you need a Relic Lando to do this. If any of you don't have a Relic Lando, please go try this and try it. Okay, let me catch up on chat real quick before we jump into our next roster review. Okay, it looks like you guys are enjoying the long lessons and that's more helpful. I'm glad that is helpful to you guys, because that's the way that I think I can help you guys. Because I found myself like a month ago, I was doing roster reviews, and it was just every single roster review was like the same thing. And I'm like, okay, but like the only thing that I'm really doing here that's significant is saying what mods you need to fix. The rest of this is kind of like, this is a very similar roster to what we looked at before, and I feel like the things that we talked about on the other roster could apply to this person as well. So those long lessons, I feel like it's going to end up helping you guys a lot more. The UA roster is just super quirky. I mean, fair. I don't think even CG knows what suspense does. Fair. How do you get Annie to be faster than Bad Batch? I just do. It's just a calculation. Where is Marauder? You just make sure you don't put too many 6-dot mods on the Marauder crew, essentially. It gets 172, and then one of these abilities gives like an extra speed or something. But yeah. Just make sure you don't, like, 6-dot mods are nice in a lot of cases, but, like, especially with something like Jedi Knight Anakin and Bad Batch, they're not vitally important because they're not, like, insane teams in the meta right now. If like, we were looking at, like, a Darkseid Rey as a pilot, then it'd be like, oh, this is painful to remove 6-dot mods, but who's using Bad Batch, the old Bad Batch, as, like, a team nowadays? It's like, yeah, occasionally it gets used, and that's about it. Jedi Knight Anakin, he goes on a Qui-Gon team, so make sure you have the 6-dot mods on the ones that have offense and that type of stuff, sure. but like you don't need the 6-dot mod. So don't be afraid to kind of fiddle with your modding on Jedi Knight Anakin and the old Bad Batch to try and get it into a good enough spot that you've got it. Because these are these very specific speed thresholds on certain fleets where you're just like, and like we have to kind of fiddle with it because we're not top end players who's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna relic 9 my Jedi or my General Kenobi so that way he's always faster than Anakin. You know, like it's one of those things that like you have to be careful with it. Look worth it for the requirements. Shakdak, yeah, I guess, but like Hondo's just kind of out there for a lot of people. It's not going to be easy for people to get to. JMK or Glondo? I'd rather go for Glondo. I honestly would. If he wasn't harder to get and I wasn't so close to JMK, I'd probably go for Glondo first for the value from Smuggler's Run 3. Sounds good playing. Welcome, my friend. The thing about suspense is that Alex RG, you can't do this to me. What is the thing about suspense? I gotta sleep. Sounds good, PHX. Okay, next up we have Panic Monk, and then we'll be into our free reviews. Panic Monk. Brain not working. I was like, I clicked on something wrong. What is it? Nice cracks. Okay. Do you have a message about your account? Did you put it in Discord or anything, or are we just kind of going in blind right now? Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, Panic Monk. Your Stormtrooper Luke is looking a little sad from both a free-to-play perspective and a paid perspective. Try to get that up to level 11 at least, my friend. You did write in Discord? Okay. Such an interesting account. So much random value. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. I don't care about Stormtrooper Luke. Fair enough. I mean, you are getting his whole team like as Lightspeed bundles or Lightspeed tokens, which is nice. This is such an interesting account. Okay, I'm gonna need a blurb because this is not an account where I can tell you where to go and be like, this is what you're gonna do. Because you're obviously not farming for regular farming paths. You're kind of doing your own thing. And so I want to help you continue to improve this account in the ways that you want to improve it. So I can look at your mods, I can look at your ships, but like give me an idea of what your current plan is, because like this is the thing that I'm identifying as like, oh, this is rough. Your ships are looking awful, but didn't buy Lightspeed tokens or Lightspeed bundle. Well, I'm not talking about buying Panic Monk. You get free Lightspeed tokens right now. There is free Lightspeed tokens. Like right now, journey quests right here. If I defeat 50 Imperial troopers with any version of Hera present, then I will unlock a Lightspeed token that gets me a free Gear 13 All Zeta Sabine Wren. Like, we're getting 2 Lightspeed tokens every 2 weeks, and then it'll be 4 Lightspeed tokens every month, essentially. So you'll get 2, and then you'll get 2 more, and then it'll unlock a quest to get 2 more. So you get 6 a month total of free characters for the stuff. Yeah, I know. I mean, the Lightspeed tokens for the Inquisitors haven't come around yet. I'm just saying, like, you know, you're going to be getting Lightspeed tokens for the characters for Stormtrooper Luke, so. This is a guild bro roster. Fair. Like, the only 2 tokens that are currently in game until, what, 4 days from now, is Hera and Sabine. So, and which you haven't unlocked yet, it looks like. You haven't gotten those Lightspeed tokens done. Yeah, your Hera's sitting here at a crisp Gear 2. My Stormtrooper Luke is only level 9. How do you get him to level 11 free to play? Make sure you're doing era challenges to get the currency that you need, and then make sure you're just playing efficiently in the Coliseum. I would hope the mods are good, considering he has Queen's Men and he has the Imperial Remnant going. You're not going to farm ships. You're not going to farm GLs. Okay. Without ships, you're missing a significant amount of crystals. You went for Balin because that gives you 2 GL killer teams. What are you doing in GAC right now? Chromium 2, very nice. Okay. So you have the minimum ships that you need to, what the freak? Okay, hold on for just a moment. A general review. Yeah, I'll take a look at your mods and that type of stuff and like kind of look through and come up with a couple ideas. I gotta answer this call really quick. Okay, no. They texted me and told me what's going on. Never mind. I don't need to take the call. Okay. So you're going for the clones for your guild. You already have the Relic 9 Tarkin and Scorch. Super nice. Those aren't going to do you any good until you can get 4 million GP. One of the biggest problems I'm seeing with this account is you're trying to bloat to 4 million GP is going to be rough because you don't have ships. And ships are just, you know, they could bloat your GP a ton. Oh yeah, you're in a really solid spot for your GP for GAC. Balin being your fastest is interesting. How's your Great Mothers looking? 310. I'd like to see a faster Great Mothers. You need your Great Mothers to be able to outspeed Ezra and Resistance Hero Finn are your two like biggest things that you want to make sure that she outspeeds. So I'd put some more work into your Great Mothers. Savage is fine. Bo-Katan, is this in like the 280s? Yeah, it is. Where's your Bam? I want to see your Bam get up 1 speed above your Bo-Katan. Slow Wampa is not necessarily a bad thing. You can get yourself some more teams, I feel like. And without going for like new characters, it's going to be a little rough because you're kind of behind. You don't have 4 million GP, so you can't go for like new conquest units. You can't go for old conquest units. So these conquest units are some of the biggest things that, you know, tip the scales. I'd probably say Starkiller should be added to this roster. He's not as good as he was, but he's still going to be super nice. And since you're high relicing characters, a high relic Starkiller will go quite a long ways. I think Starkiller wouldn't be a bad option in here. Let me look at the journey guide, see if there's anyone else that I can think of that would be good. Because like Jedi Knight Luke you could go for. I don't know if it's necessarily going to help. If you're more GAC focused, this guy's not going to do you much. This could do you some stuff. They can kill Jabba and they can kill Rey and basically any version of Rey. With the IG-90 coming, it might be worth an Afro soon. You know, Reva obviously is going to be a guild thing, which you farmed up your Inquisitors already. Yeah, I'd probably focus on, like, this area right here. These guys are probably going to be some of your biggest stuff that's going to be helpful in your account. Because, like, if you get a Giant Knight Luke and a JKCK, you have some good value there to do some stuff, but it's not quite like GL killer level anymore. Same with Gas. Like, Gas is good, but he's not quite GL killer level, and you don't want to farm ships anyways, and both of these require ships. So I would focus on these guys right here. Marjorie will be with Palpatine and with the new Vader since I can't farm Malchus Star Killer can wait. Well, I mean, you're not going to be getting the new Vader for at least, what? How long? I don't even know. I don't remember how they set it up, so it's going to be a long time. Free to play, you're looking at 6 months from 0 shards. You know, so like 5.5 months overall for the marquee. Plus, you have to wait until the era's over and all that shenanigans. So, but yeah, Star Killer is just good in general. I don't like that it has the red thing whenever you look at that. Even though it's just, hey, we have more battles for you to do. I'm like, I don't want to do battles. CLS is a really good team. Yeah, with the Lightspeed tokens, I take advantage of the Lightspeed tokens as much as I can. Like, I would 100% push into those Lightspeed tokens because you're going to be able to get a whole bunch of stuff done. It's just going away from GLs and going away from ships. One of the biggest things is you need to hit 4 million GP as soon as possible. You need the you need the conquest characters ASAP, because that's really the big thing that's going to make this account do more stuff. Yeah, isn't it rough, Karsk? I don't know if I'm a big fan of the Coliseum era stuff. Phoenix, any kind of big team that has a lot of like throwing things at people, it's not fantastic. You know, if there's a whole bunch of massive assists, it doesn't really help that much. Overall, I told you a couple mod things to fix. Take advantage of the Lightspeed tokens. You're going to get like a Anakin Skywalker up to gear 13. Get him up to Relic 7. Maybe even Relic 9. Get a Qui-Gon Omicron onto your roster and make people suffer a bit with the Qui-Gon Omicron. It's still annoying, especially with a high Relic Anakin. You already have the Kelleran Beck right here to throw on that team as well, which is nice. So take advantage of your Lightspeed tokens is probably the biggest thing I'd tell you, and then focus on those, like, you know, Star Killer, Afra, and Gungans would be the ones that are just like, they're kind of wonky to get to, but they all kill GLs, and especially with the IG-90, we might see a really good job with Afra. So yeah, Malicos would be insanely good in your roster. You know, obviously a Bane would be absolutely amazing in your roster, but until you hit 4 million GP, you can't access them, which is really unfortunate. So, hey, Madness, welcome. Worst part about the new system for the Marquis is that wanting new characters means they'll be forced in through the new system. Yep. Yeah, absolutely, Panic Monk. Good luck with your roster. I'm curious to see how far you can get with it. Sir Tony, are you here, my friend? Spent a little money on the, or at least a little crystals on the Luke, it looks like. Relic 5 Jar Jar, interesting. Only 1 GL. Currently working towards Jabba, then JKCK for the guild purposes, then to a few side projects like Grand Inquisitor and Starkiller because of Lightspeed tokens. It should also be nice to hear what teams I should be improving as well. So like my Poncho Bros or Sith Empire. Also, I have an Omi. Where should it go? Too many people throw Omis just rampantly, and it's not necessary at all. You're low enough in your spot in GAC and everything that I would definitely Relic 5 or perhaps even Relic 7 your Wampa, and get your Wampa up and rocking pretty dang well, because you're still pretty low. You can still get a lot of use out of a Wampa, but if he's at Relic 5 and you're going up against a Relic 9, you are absolutely screwed. Okay, so you don't. You do. I just blind, apparently. I was gonna say. Okay. So. Queso means cheese in Spanish.
Hello there.
Smiley music. I have 4 Omis yet. Don't even have one Zeta. Oof, Rex. Hey, Shea. Welcome, my friend. Okay, so first things first, before you do anything else, you need to finish your Executor. Your Executor is a source of crystals, and that is on, that is in GAC as well as in your fleet arena. The fact that you have only, gear 12 on some of these characters and low relics and that kind of stuff, like you don't have a relic Xandu's Blood, you don't have a relic Bam, those are scary. Finish your fleet. Finish. I'm begging you. Yes, Jabba's great. Jabba should be your next thing. I love to see it JKCK for the guild. I don't think sounds like a terrible thing, because you'll have Jedi Knight Luke, you'll have Jedi Knight Revan, and you can kind of push into that, and then you can utilize your JKCK as you get into like Jedi Master Luke down the road and get a really good conquest unit into your roster, stuff like that. But yeah, your Executor is your life. It is your lightsaber. Don't lose it. You need to be able to get higher in your fleet arena. 32 is rough, my friend. Get those relic levels up so that way people aren't knocking you down constantly. Get your crystals daily. You need to be in like the top 10 as often as possible. Just drop ally codes in chat for review. Do we got somewhere else we should put it? Type ! Discord into the chat and it'll pop up with the Discord where people are signing up, my friend. I know it's yeah. So I like where your head's at. I like the fact that you're going for Jabba and all that, but you need to finish your Executor. You're kind of skimping out on crystals that you could be getting right now. As for the Omicron, gosh, I'm seeing a lot of bloat here. There's a ton of gear 12. I'm guessing this is an old account that you had, that you were kind of just farming things, then you picked it up not too long ago, picked up maybe like a Lightspeed bundle, or just started watching videos and learning where to go, and that's what I'm guessing is I'm seeing here. There's a lot of just random gear 12s and a lot of bloat here, a lot of Zetas and random characters. So you're in the middle of a bunch of 7-star Leviathans. I mean, you can still beat Leviathans, but how are you in the middle of a bunch of 7-star Leviathans? This is an old account, isn't it? You didn't restart when you came back to the game. You just kept going and hoped for the best. That's gonna make it really rough, especially with no relics on these characters. You're gonna have a crazy hard time getting through Leviathans. Been given the account by a friend. That's rough, dude. That's rough. I almost want to say just restart it, because I'm honestly having a blast starting a new account with the Lightspeed tokens and everything, and like I'm looking at it and I'll have Leia in like 4 months, and after that can immediately start working on Jabba, Executor, and Profundity. Like I'm loving starting a new account right now with these Lightspeed tokens. It's so cool. I'm excited. Like my main account, I'm not excited at all for. I'm just like, gosh, I'm just trying to survive Relic Delta right now. New account, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, oh, I've got the Savage that I'm gonna get up to Relic 9 to screw with my opponents in GAC early. I'm pushing through, and I'm gonna have Leia within 4 months. It's looking absolutely sexy, and I am loving every moment of starting a new account. But you have some work here. Your friend gave you this account. If you want to keep going, you can keep going. Wampa, get them up to Relic 7. But a lot of this is going to come, like, when you need it, you'll push into it. Like the Jedi Knight Revan, you could get up to Relic 5, but you don't have, like, a Jedi Knight Luke. You don't have, like, a really good Jedi team. So I'd wait till down the road when you have a good Jedi team. Then you can drop the Jedi Knight Revan up to Relic 5, Relic 7, that type of thing. So not until you have the Jedi Knight Luke in your roster. Not until you have maybe the Jedi Master Luke. That type of stuff. So that would be my suggestion to you. I would highly suggest, as I said, relicking up your BAM, relicking up your Cad Bane. Executor can still beat Leviathan. You're just gonna have to save up your crystals and get your Executor to 7-star faster, and you're gonna have to get those relic levels up. I'm curious how many of your people in your Fleet Arena shard are just not actually active at all, and probably wouldn't even fight you at this point as long as you can get through them. Overall, your mods, you've got some good characters up here with some good mods. I'd rather see a Boss Nass faster than a Jar Jar Binks. Is there a bad mod fall off? 80 speed down here, that's not bad. It's not awful. It's much lower than I'd like for a 5 million GP account, but there's a lot of bloat here on this account. So I'm not going to judge it as a 5 million account. I'm going to more judge it like as a 2 to 3 million GP account. Pretty good mods, dude. Pretty good mods. About the stream schedule, if you have that ready. Shoot your question, Italian. It's just been me in a profundity, yeah. So 100% get your relic pilots, start taking down Leviathans, and fight your way up, because I'm sure most of the people in your shard are probably not around anymore, and you can probably get up pretty close to the top 10 and then fight your way on. What's on the stream schedule? Are you talking about for Expedition 33 and Hollow Knight? Because our next stream for that will be tomorrow. It's going to be somewhere around, just like last week, 7 to 9 o'clock for you. We're trying to do earlier in the day streams for the PP channel on Saturdays. Tomorrow there is something going on. Yeah, at 10 o'clock Finland time, I have to be somewhere. So it'll probably be 7 o'clock Finland time is when we'll be playing. Yeah, Expedition 33 is fantastic. I'm playing through the end game right now. I beat it on stream on my side channel. Played through it all live on the side channel and absolutely loved it. It was amazing. I still haven't beaten Simon yet, and so I'm just working through some... I took a break from Simon, trying out Simon, and I'm going around and doing some endgame content, because I literally, I went straight from Act 2 into Act 3 with, none of the side content, and then went straight from Act 3 into Simon without doing any of the endgame content. And so, there are so many areas that I haven't even touched at all throughout the map. And so I'm kind of, going through and actually trying out different fights. So right now I'm in the Clea area, if you know where that is. Mos Eisley Mangler, welcome. I feel like it's been a while. I recognize the name, but I feel like it's been probably 8 months since I last saw you. Maybe shorter, but... I find the date for the next Expedition 33 stream, but not directly ask it because I thought it might be every stream. Yeah, no, we'll be doing some Expedition 33 tomorrow. For my time, it'll be around 10 a.m. for me, but for you, it'll be about 7 p.m. I believe, because I think there's a 9-hour difference between me and Finland. I haven't beaten Simon either. I was just interested in the main story. See, I love the combat. I love the story. The story is incredible. incredible. If there's a good story in a game, I love it. Mass Effect used to be one of my favorite series. You know, still haven't played Andromeda though, but who cares about Andromeda? I love Mass Effect, and so like I picked up Expedition 33, and I was like, this is amazing. I love this. And then you know, I love how much customization is in the combat as well, and so I grew to love the combat as well, even though I'm not a big fan of like turn-based games, but I also love counterattacks. They feel so good. That dopamine hits like a truck, and my ADHD brain loves it. So, oh, you're good, Becca, or however I'm gonna say your name. Oh, we'll just say Becca just to make it easier for myself, because I don't want to try and pronounce that whole name. As long as it doesn't get out of hand where you're like cussing up a storm, I don't mind in the chat. I'm not going to swear myself, especially because, you know, we try to keep it at least semi-friendly here. And on top of that, YouTube doesn't like it when I swear. But hey, they don't give a damn about the Beaver Dam. When it comes to damn, it's not a swear word for YouTube. So we can say damn all we want to, and it's a pun for the channel, and I love it so much. Greatest moment of my life was looking up and finding out that damn is not a swear word on YouTube, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can call my community the Beaver Dam. That is amazing. There are so many puns to be had. Main channel is primarily about a turn-based game. To be fair, if this was any other game, I probably wouldn't stick with it. Hence the reason I tried Marvel Strike Force and didn't keep playing it. I tried Raid Shadow Legends, I didn't keep playing it. Star Wars is life, dude. Star Wars is everything to me, and that's why I've kept up with this game this long. It's Star Wars. That's it. You know, I still enjoy the strategy aspect. I like strategy games. I don't like turn-based games, and I feel like too many turn-based games don't have a strategy layer. It's all just like, it's super simplified. Expedition 33 has a strategy layer. This game, by, you know, focusing on my mods, by getting certain characters, there's a strategy layer to it. I like strategy, I do not like turn-based. And so the strategy is the thing that itches my brain, not the turn-based mechanics. And so it's the same thing with Expedition 33. You know, I can build into a build where I can shoot my gun and then basic attack and still do just as much as someone else who's doing these insane, crazy combos. Like the type of stuff like that, that is the thing that itches my brain, me coming up with new ideas, strategizing, that kind of stuff. The turn-based, it's there. It's not interesting to me. Expedition 33, it was interesting to me because there was so much comboing that you could do that it was like, oh, if I strategize and I do this, then this, then this, and I skip my turn with this character and then hit with this character, I hit the damage cap for the first time. And I was like, oh, that just tickled my brain so hard. So, like, yeah, I love that type of stuff. Strategizing is what I like. Turn-based, I could care less. Like, the only reason that KOTOR is one of my favorite games is because it's Star Wars and is a good story. The combat of KOTOR is really not interesting to me, and I don't really enjoy it. But the story of KOTOR, one of my favorite stories. So, just got PK Hondo, very nice. Triple drops help for R9, very nice, Mangler. That's what I like to hear. True, IDK, true. Also finishing the audiobooks for OG Thrawn trilogy. Right now my favorite characters are Jorus. I have no idea how to say Jorus Kabaeth. I don't know how to say his name at all. And like, I don't trust the audiobook narrator to know how to pronounce any of those names because he calls the Chimera the Chimera. And I made fun of my brother for years because he'd called the Chimera the Chimera. And even for those of you who haven't been here before, quick story time. I went to a convention 2 years ago where Timothy Zahn was there and doing a Q&A session, and I got up and I went, hey, here's my question, but also really quick, can you just tell me how to pronounce Thrawn's ship's name? My brother has called it the Chimera for as long as we have been alive, and it's been a constant source of contention. So can you just settle our debate right here, right now? And caused my brother a ton of embarrassment and forced him into the spotlight as the writer of the book goes, oh, it's the Chimera. And I'm like, suck it! Suck it! Anyways. But yeah, I love Mara Jade. There's a reason that my dog's name is Mara. Hi, poopers. Feeling that I wasn't such a huge Star fan. I had walked away from this game a long time ago. Fair enough, Mark. Too much too fast. They also keep you always pushing for the new characters. There's not like a, you know, I figured that when they were making the oh gosh, someone help, I haven't played Marvel Strike Force in forever. MILF is one of them. Morgan Le Fay, the Horsemen, is that what they're called, the Horsemen? I thought that when they were making the Horsemen and whatever they lead to, I don't remember his name, when they were doing that, I thought that they were building up to like a GL level character and then they were going to establish a top end of the meta like Swago did, and they didn't. They just kept making characters that were more and more powerful, and so like you're just always chasing the meta and it's awful. Apocalypse, thank you. Yes, the 4 Horsemen and the Apocalypse. Yes. That makes sense. Apocalypse was going to be like a GL level and they'd establish a top end of the meta, but no, it's just they keep making things better. And it's like, this is silly. I'm just, none of the thing I do matters unless I'm keeping up with what's currently happening. So I also never liked turn-based games, but E32 was just something different was amazing. Yeah, that's fair. But he finds it difficult to play any other turn-based RPG because E33 is more active in the game. Yeah, it's more active in the gameplay. There's so much customization to it. It takes what like every other turn-based game I've played does poorly and makes it so much better. Every part of Expedition 33 is just chef's kiss, absolutely gorgeous. Jorus Sabayoff? Okay. Sure. I want a Star Wars skin for FFX. So bad. Final Fantasy X. Goodness gracious. Guys, when you guys use acronyms from other things, when we play Galaxy of Heroes where everything is an acronym, my brain literally just jumps off a cliff every single time I see one of them. If it's the same production quality as Lord of the Rings, The Third Age, that'd be the game I play way too much of. Yeah, I mean, if we were to get like any kind of like the new KOTOR was anything like Expedition 33, I would give up my firstborn son to play that game. Like, I'd give my first 3 kids, you know? Jandalf. I feel like I was getting stomped immediately. Yep, quit once the purple ISO became a thing. Really just stupid fast stuff and nothing really stuck for long enough. Every month new raid team or war team and more. Yep, exactly, Sheo. Who doesn't love the Night Sister team? Now I'm talking about the old Night Sister team. The new Night Sisters or the Night Stalkers. I have no idea what we're talking about at this point, Grex. Lies, Frozen Italiano. It's just bouncing back and forth is rough, dude. You played SWTOR? A little bit, not a ton. I struggle with SWTOR. Because I want to play with friends because the story isn't like super compelling. It's just like it's okay, it's good. So I want to play with friends, but when you play with friends, you lose all of the story because you're just hanging out with your friends and you're trying to complete their stories and your stories. In the words of one of the devs of that game, the death of story is multiplayer. I don't think that's fully true, but SWTOR I think is poorly optimized to be an RPG MMO. Just because it's different stories happening at the same time. Whereas something like, you know, where Destiny is story driven, they do a good job. You know, Baldur's Gate 3 is a 4-player co-op experience that you can play through. I still enjoy every single moment of it. I still enjoy the story of Baldur's Gate 3. I just think SWTOR with the simultaneous storylines, it kind of struggles. And like, you can't like have one character be the main character and be like, oh, we're all playing bounty hunters and we all just kind of like play through his story and, you know, that guy's the main character and we can like vote on it. No, instead I have to go do my bounty hunter playthrough of this mission, then you have to go do your bounty hunter playthrough, and then he has to go do his bounty hunter playthrough. And so either we play separately and so we're not actually in a party, or we're playing the same thing 4 times in a row. You know, it's just poorly optimized for what they were intending, I feel like. When it came out, it was too much like an MMO, which is not what I enjoy either. So I don't know. I feel like SWTOR was just kind of like, it's just never been a game for me on both sides. Our roster review still going. I'm trying, wishy-washy. We're getting so off topic here. There's not a whole lot of characters that I would take up for this account, my friend. I would love to see the Queen's Men go up to at least get them up to, you know, Relic 7, Relic 5, somewhere around there to get your rewards going from that and get as much value as possible. I'd like you to Relic up your BAM and your Cad Bane first. That's what's most important. After that, you're going to go for Jabba. I think Jabba's a great option. You know, I don't think you're heavily affected by Relic Delta where you're at. It's painful that you have an old account. I'm sorry, it's going to be rough, but you do need to relic your pilots. Otherwise, you're not going to have any way to compete in Fleet Arena. Keep going. Your characters are pretty well modded for your GP, so make sure you're keeping up on those characters. The Jabba and the Queen's Men are going to help with that, obviously. You have a pretty good, solid farming path. Just make sure that you're getting your pilots for your executor done first. Sorry, dude, I feel like okay, so I try to do streams where I just hang out with you guys and talk, and then like the chat's dead. But then when we do roster review streams, the chat is just thriving and everyone wants to talk about things. And so like I get so distracted. And so I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Do I just need to schedule more roster review streams and just assume that like 1 in 3 roster review streams will just devolve into me hanging out with you guys and talking about things? Like, I don't know. I want to be a good streamer. I want to interact with you guys. I want to hang out with you guys, but also I do want to do the roster reviews and help people out in that sense. It's rough, dude. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. ADHD does not help with this at all. He's played gas to a normal Star Wars fan. Yeah, right. Dude, I've got a buddy who played this game for a bit and still calls Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Silker, and anytime he sees Kylo Ren in general, just calls him Silker. Like we'll be playing Battlefront 2 and he's like, I'm playing my main man Silker as he like, you know, selects him during heroes versus villains. Like it's funny how much like it kind of separates the fandom. 30 drop from a hard node. Yeah, technically that's a full set. That's insane. I am so jealous, wishy-washy. So the movie Dual Mod for Jedi Academy, probably the most fun for a Star Wars game I've had in a long, long time. Oh, interesting. I've never even heard of that mod. I'll have to go check that out. My mind immediately goes to some WT or War Thunder. I see. It took me a second with the WT. I was like, I don't know what that means. War Thunder. Got it. I'm not even going to attempt wishy-washy to understand what you're referring to. Between getting Maul up to use with Stranger until S Maul comes out, since from the looks of it he only needs passive Zeta. The other two look nice but aren't all by all end all, or just toss Malchus in there even though he really wants Ufu only. I think Maul's probably not a bad idea. Do this on really well. Get my executor 7-star next run though. But overall for my roster, I'm trying to get this on roster working really well. Get my executor 7-star next run as well as help out where I can with my guild. Yeah. So you're gonna want those crystals as much as possible. Relic up your pilots, my friend. Especially if you're looking at 7-starring your executor next run. Yeah, you need to relic your pilots now, my friend. I just got here. I think I'm in the queue for free rosters. I entered a few streams ago. Hey Shaylin, good to see you, my friend. We start with a new list each stream, I will say, Shaylin, just so that way we're not like, you know, giving roster reviews to someone and they're like, hey, where's my roster review? And I'm like, well, I gave it to you like 6 streams ago. Go find it. And I just don't have the time or mental capacity in my life to do timestamps for the channel, unfortunately. I would love to. I just don't have that kind of time right now. Sounds good, Conwook. You have a great night. Your tangents had tangents. I mean, it's in a good way. That's how I work. Dude, kid you not, yesterday, here we go on another tangent. Yesterday I was talking to my best friend and he mentioned something and my brain went, oh, that something's connected to this and that's connected to this and that's connected to this. And then I laughed, and then I almost said this thing, and then realized he would have zero context for what this thing is. And so I had to, like, explain my way of thinking, and, like, how I got to that thing, and then go, yeah, and then this. Like, it's, my brain just doesn't work the way that humans should work. I try, though, I try. Put roster views and title between quotations. That's good idea, AR, honestly. Well, I'll put quotes on the ones. Slicker, not Silker. I don't like either. I'm just saying. I like SLKR or Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I do not like Slicker or Silker. I think both are silly. But you do you. You call it whatever you want. I call her Mommy Mandalore, and CG won't talk to me because of it. Like, you talk about it however you want to talk about it. Slacker, I'm not a big fan of Slacker, but I understand that there is a story behind Slacker. Slacker is because he was a terrible GL when he came out and all that type of stuff, and he was a slacker. So, like, I can understand the Slacker one nowadays. Did not understand it when it came, like, when I first heard it, I thought it was just stupid. But now I can at least understand why. Still won't use it. Thought I went through existing list of people that already signed up. I go through I start with a new list every single stream in the same spot, Shaylin. Been a while since I caught you live. Hey, Rule of Two, good to see you, my friend. I feel like I see you more in raids than I do just hanging out on the channel. Conquest Manel and Gylo Man. Gylo Man. I'm so confused. Base Kylo? Okay. Yeah, exactly, IDK. Typically, tangents can't have tangents because tangent of a line is itself. Any tangent is a line. I'm too lost. Who's the first creator to do roster reviews? That's a good idea. That's a good question. The problem is, I don't know. You'd have to ask one of the other older creators because I am a new creator. And I say that knowing that I've streamed for 2 years now. I've streamed for 1 year and 9 months. I think I started streaming in December. It might have been November. Or 11 months, not 9. So, like, I'm a fairly new creator, and I haven't met any of the other creators besides, like, I know all of the current ones. Like, I'm buddy with Scribe, Nooch, Vex, Arnold. I've done a couple of collabs with Arnold. I'm friends with all the current ones, but, like, Cubs fan Han was before my time, and he was towards the end of the first era of, like, content creators. All of them are kind of gone. The only guys that really remember them and, like, were, like, friends with them are, like, people that do Twitch that have fairly small communities, like Bones and people like that, where they've been around the Galaxy of Heroes content creation for years upon years, whereas and the game's been out for 10 years. We've gone through a lot of content creators in that time. So I couldn't tell you. The first ones that I saw were Nooch Too Good and AP Games were the first two that I saw doing them. But yeah. I wish, Talion. I wish he had a 50 cal. Russian Badger. I actually just watched, like, the first Russian Badger video I've seen in, like, 2 years last night. Captain Amazing was late in the game. Captain Amazing started, like, 3 months after I started. Like, Captain Amazing, he came to me and asked for help getting started. I was doing roster reviews before Captain Amazing was doing roster reviews. Nooch and AP Gains were much, much before us, too. Asteroid Mech was before me, and he was doing roster reviews before I was here. You ever get bored of telling people to stop ignoring fleets, pick their mods, and go for the Skywalker Triangle? Do I get bored of it? No. I can see why people get sick of hearing it and that type of thing, but I like to help people, and that's why a big reason why I keep doing this channel is because I like to help people, and I like to teach, and I like to interact with people, and this gives me that opportunity to interact with you guys, you know, have a fun time, teach you guys how to do things that I understand. And I find that a lot of people don't teach things simply. And so, like, you know, especially because there's a lot of people out there who are going and they're, I'm not even gonna figure out what to do here. I'm just gonna throw this on auto. There's a lot of people out there that are like going to other content creators who are, you know, there's content creators out there that are better at, you know, the game and worse at the game. And so like they get told other information. It's like, oh yeah, I want you to go for Lord Vader. And it's like, well, why would this person go for Lord Vader? You know? So like dispelling bad information, I think, is always a good thing. So I don't know. I don't necessarily get sick of it. I don't think. Frozen Italiano. Hey, oh gosh. Oh, it's going to kill me. I know your name. Why do I keep forgetting your name, dude? It's just you, I feel like. And it makes me feel so bad that I keep forgetting your name. Because I know who you are. But the @ throws me off so bad every single time. That boy Heffy, remind me, what is your name? Yeah, AP's reviews were not my favorite. I got a review from him at one point, and it was kind of the moment that I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't get roster reviews from people. Because I got a roster review from him, and it was just, stop doing what you're doing. It didn't take into account at all what, like, you know, what I wanted to do or anything. It was just like, stop doing what you're doing. Get yourself a relic Darth Vader. Why have you not relicked Darth Vader? That's the only thing you should be doing right now. I'm like, what? Like, why? So I don't know. It was not my favorite roster reviews, but he did have a lot of good knowledge. His videos were really good. Like, he had a lot of good points, and I feel like he also set the stage for a lot of us content creators to get started. Just because, you know, he wasn't Arnold. He didn't throw in this insane production value, and so it seemed a lot more low of a barrier of entry for me to get into content creation, that type of thing. And I feel like he really set the stage for a lot of the modern content creators that are out there. Been playing 9.5 years. I've seen many creators come and go. So Mangler, you might know who the first person who did roster reviews was. I'll stream from last stream. They got delayed today, but I was at work, so I couldn't have stream on the channel. So I was request. Where has Captain Amazing been? I don't know what happened to Captain Amazing. He just kind of disappeared off the face of Earth. Like 3 months ago, he posted another video for like the first time in forever, and like people thought he was coming back, and then he just kind of disappeared again. I'll be honest, I'm not close with Captain Amazing. Like the other content creators I talk to quite often. You know, there's a couple that I don't talk to as often. A lot of the older creators on Twitch I just don't talk to very often. Like I'll have them on for like, you know, I'll be on one of their podcasts or that kind of thing, but don't talk to them a ton. But like all the big names and stuff I talk to quite often. Captain Amazing, he's never been one that I've gotten super close to. We had a little bit of beef when he first started because I easily have my feelings hurt. And then I just never got around to, like, one of the last things that I did with him was right before he left. He and I did like a video together, and then I haven't seen him since, and it was kind of a reconciling moment, and then we haven't seen each other at all since. Miss AP and Mobile Gamer, those were OGs from years ago. Yeah, Mobile Gamer was before my time as well. Asteroid was great. I thought Asteroid's like, he wasn't the most knowledgeable about the game, but he's a content creator at heart, and so he's always been a lot of fun to watch. I definitely miss him. That's why we pull him into the channel every once in a while, because he and I still keep in contact, and we'll play games together every once in a while. So, or just kind of, you know, just hop in a call and shoot the breeze. I really like Asteroid Mech. The roster review's over. I got time for one more. I'm sorry, guys. I've gotten so off topic. It's been kind of crazy today. The Anakin one, obviously. Yeah, he's in the military stationed in Japan, last I checked. Maybe he got stationed another place, or he got promoted or something like that. So, where are we eating? That is a good question, Striker. I would say either head down south. There's a ramen Chinese food that way, about, 10 minutes south of you, or head up towards me and we can hit a restaurant here. Your choice. Text me which one you want to do, and we'll plan on that. I'm going to do one more roster review, and then I'll hop off. First relic too, but he has arguably been the least used relic character. Yeah, nowadays it's not nearly as important as he used to be. Got to play somewhere or something. I don't remember any of the original YouTubers doing roster reviews. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, because it used to be in this game until like GLs came around in the last like 5 years. There wasn't a whole lot of reason to, because it was just you farm the newest thing because you need to get good in Squad Arena. You need to get good in Fleet Arena. Like up until GAC became a major thing, Crystals moved over to there, and you know the meta of GLs was established. Like 2021 onwards, I feel like is really when roster reviews became like important to people. So. On Mobile Gamer and Arnold early on, yeah. Warrior was the OG, I remember. I don't know Warrior. Devilish Donuts and Bad Kane. That's right, dude. I'd love to continue our Star Wars The Old Republic playthrough. That was honestly a lot of fun. I was really enjoying playing through SWTOR with him. One day, Asteroid Mech will not have insane amounts of things going on. He's already expressed to me that he wants to come back to content creation because he loves it. I would love to see him come back to content creation. Regardless, as often as possible, I want to pull him in onto the channel and have him on the channel because I love hanging out with him, and I feel like you guys really like him too. Today I missed them today because of work. I'm sorry, Army. It's rough, my friend. We're gonna try and get more roster review streams in as much as we can, especially if they end up like today's. But not at the moment. I'll head to you. Okay, sounds good, Striker. Appreciate it, my friend. MG and Arnold are the OGs, at least YouTube wise, but Twitch wise was Ranger from Reality Skew Gamers. Yes. Ranger's been around forever. Remember making GBA my first relic so I could easily win the WAP mission. That was, I think, my first relic. I think my first relic was GBA for the WAP mission, and then right after that was Darth Revan. Noxious Nexes are all the same. I barely see him give any advice other than executive than a Skywalker Triangle. That's all the advice I've seen him give. I mean, unfortunately, it's what a lot of players are not paying attention to. But there is extra that should be talked about. You know, what your mods are doing, what the current stuff is going on in the game, and how it's affecting people's rosters. There's plenty to go over still. But like, if I were to look at a base level of someone's roster, honestly, a lot of times it's like, do you have Jabba? Go for Jabba.
Gotta go, but please RR before.
Please are you wanting one, Mark? Mark, you're one of our $10 members, right? We can do yours as our last roster review real quick. Sorry, Fat Phil just messaged me and it was funny. Game Boy Advance, love it. Lady Geek, welcome. It's great to see you. Ventui, good to see you as well, my friend. You're like my favorite sub in high school. We constantly got him talking on tangents and never had to do actual work. Dude, there was one Mark, we're going to do your roster review right now. Hold on. I about went on another side tangent. Yes. Yeah, I remember you being one of our $10 members. Let's throw you in right now and put you at the top of the list since you're asking. Have you ever watched Troopers on Break stream? Yeah, I mean, I've watched him occasionally. He and I talk every once in a while. It's not really my style of streaming, but I know a lot of people really like him, so... $200 a month for him to give mod advice. To be fair, Army, that one was literally someone was asking him to add another tier so they could, you know, support him, and they asked for like specific stuff in the tier, and he was like, sure, why not? Like, I have a $100 one. Do I think the $100 membership is worth it at all? No, it's there as a meme. It's just for fun. And I threw like a couple things on there, like you'll be on the end, all of my end screens for my streams and everything. Like there's some fun stuff in there. You get a video that you can request, but I don't think it's worth $100. But it's there, and if you want to support the channel, it's something that, you know, someone might do just because they want to support me. Great. Like, I don't know. Okay, sorry. Oh my gosh, side tangents galore. Yeah, like if you want to give me the $100 membership, go for it. I mean, do I really think it's worth the $100? No, that's why I don't have like a $50 membership and a $75 membership and then a $100 membership, because I don't think the $100 membership's actually worth it. And in fact, any of the 3 people who have bought the $100 membership, out of the 3 people, only one of them has taken advantage of any of the perks that come with their membership besides being on my end screen. Like that, it's just something that like, oh, we want to support a creator we like. That's about it. How much speed should you have on a mod to 6-dot? My general rule is 15 is the bare minimum for 6-dotting a mod. Okay. I got somewhere to be. Like, I was supposed to get ready for it like 7 minutes ago. I also have this roster review, and this guy needs to go. But I know I'm going to forget before the thing. The substitute teacher thing, Frozen Italiano. Quick story time, Beaver story time. I've told this one before, but we had one guy who was a teacher, who was a substitute teacher, and we'd always get him off topic by saying, you know, what were the 70s like? And he would just go off, and he was like heavily just like doing drugs in the 70s. So it was just all incoherent. A great guy, loved him to death. There was one day I was in chemistry class, and he was my substitute teacher, and there's this girl in front of me that I really liked, and so I was giving her a back rub because the back of the seat is like right there next to it, and she had asked for one, and I was like, sure, and I was really into her, so I was like, why not? And so I'm giving her, you know, just rubbing her shoulders kind of thing, in class while roll is happening, and you know, calls out my name, and you know, I go here, and he looks up and looks at me, sees that I'm rubbing this girl's shoulders, and goes, oh, don't take that too far, like Mr. Wood. I was like, whoa, made me so uncomfortable. Immediately stopped, never gave her a back rub ever again. Anyways, okay, side story. Anyways, okay, just unlocked Jedi Master Mace and Jar Jar a couple days later. Jar Jar's not super in the meta right now. Like you can throw the relic levels into him and everything, and like you can do some good stuff. I find that he has some uses in my roster, but the Zetas and the Omicrons are a little painful to add. Jedi Master Mace Windu kind of feels the same way, honestly. I 2 underwhelming events. Middle of GL Ahsoka event. Okay, only Journey Guide tune left after hers. Dr. Aphra, Balin, and GL Honda. Which would you think you recommend I go after next? By the way, I have a whole crap load of tunes that I have. I'm now working on moving to higher relics now that Delta is here. I'm just wondering which Journey Guide tune GL to go after next. However, would you mind also giving me your opinion on the next 5 tunes to bump up relics on? Yes. Or whatever the frogman's name was again, also had extremely expensive membership. They called the idiot tier or something like that. I love that. Gosh. Try to go into Pimpo's lane, do modding for accounts for a separate. Pimpo's insane though. Like I've looked at his stuff and I'm like, this is really well done. I'm very impressed with Pimpo's modding. And he like does it specifically tailored to how you like to play the game and everything. I'm very impressed with Pimpo. I've been meaning to make a video about his mod service just to get it out there, and I just making videos in general has been rough. Trying to do that type of stuff with transitioning into my new job that I'm doing and everything. Okay, so honestly, first impressions, you're doing really good, dude. Like, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of people down here where I'm like, oh no. Like, I'd get your Marin up. I think Marin should be on your list, just because she's kind of the key to that team. And so if you want to pull off, like, the Jabba counter, you need the Relic 7 Marin. That's all you really need. The rest of the team, it's good that they're lower Relic level because they'll die off easier, and that's what you want in the Jabba counter. As for, yeah, I'm not seeing anyone that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you don't have this character up. Like just offhand out of the characters that you have here. Which I do appreciate. Like you've done a really good job with this stuff. I'm very impressed, my friend. Yeah, Relic 7 Marin's also super nice for Rote. Okay, sounds good, Talion. You have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, sounds good, Grax. You have a great night. Tell those people who aren't using their benefits that they're allowed to donate them to a needy Lady Geek. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen the $100 membership benefits, but it's like you get to request your own song. You get to request a emoji that I'll make or have an artist make for you. Like there's a whole bunch of just silly things in there that like they're not super important. You also get all the $20 and $10 membership benefits as well. So I see recently you've been struggling against DTMG and Trench. What, this player or me? I recently had problems with the Relic 9 DTMG, but that's just Relic Delta shenanigans. And for some reason, the one guy, what is his name? Death Trooper Peridia, just insta-killing whole teams for no reason, even though there's no Relic Delta differences. Okay, so yeah, Marin is really the only thing I'm seeing here. If your guild's like looking for higher raid level stuff, I would suggest doing the Tarkin Scorch Relic 9. Super easy, not insane mods, super easy, and with an account like this, you'll be able to do it fairly easily. As for your next one, it's between Glondo, Balin, and who was the other one? Dr. Aphra. We have yet to see where Dr. Aphra is leading, but it's one that you can do in the background because it's fully tokenable. And so I don't think you're going to have a major problem doing that one just in the background, whether you just do it through the Lightspeed tokens that you're earning, 50 a day if you're not spending any money on the new characters or anything. Like, that one you could do in the background. But Balin, you've already put significant work into. I would probably do Balin and then Glondo. Balin gets you 2 amazing teams and they're Relic 7 for their requirements, which means the Relic Delta is already kind of taken care of in the base level of just getting the characters up. Balin's an excellent team, as well as the Great Mothers is a phenomenal team that is going to help a ton and kind of nullifies the Relic Delta feel as well, just for the sake of the fact that it reduces max health on enemies, which is huge. And like right now, a lot of people are struggling with Maz Kanata, and Great Mothers is a great option against Maz Kanata. So I'm going to probably say Balin and then Glondo would be my next couple of things, and I'd probably get your Marin to Relic 7. As for characters overall, the Gungan, it's up to you if you want to get them up and throw the Zetas on. I'd prioritize Balin over them every time. I feel like everything with Gungans feels so shaky. I take them against Balin, and like it works like 80% of the time, but the other 20% of the time, it feels like I'm literally not doing anything. Like I literally just tickled Balin for 2 minutes and then just died. Like that's all I did. So I'm not a big fan of where the Gungans are sitting right now. Yes, they can beat Rey, but even then it's a little iffy and scary. It has like a timeout risk associated. But even with Hezra, it does beat Rey. So up to you if you want to take it up, but that would be my focus for your account. Yeah, Balin then GL Hondo, especially because GL Hondo has that stuff associated, but you're already close enough to Balin. You already have like some that you already have them at gear 13 and everything. I think that stuff is going to be a good detour. Like it will be a detour from your pirates, but it'll give you time to farm up some shards and that type of thing as you go. Yeah, Marin, Tarkin, Scorch, Balin, Glondo, call it a day. Django is pretty far down. Looking good. Your Master Qui-Gon. It looks like your mods overall could use some work. Like, and if it's this large of an account that's struggling with mods, that usually means you're not being stingy enough with your mods. Be stingy. I know you're getting plenty of stuff to 6-dot mods and bring things past 6-dot mods. Be stingy, dude. Mods are not girlfriends. You can't fix her. Be as stingy as possible with your modding as you go forward, because you have a lot of modding to catch up on. So, like, we can take a look at your GLs, but like, yeah, you have good mods. It's just mod depth that you're missing right now. And to get that mod depth, you just need to be stingy, my friend. So, which it's true of like every account. It's what I'm struggling with too. I'm like sitting here and you look at my Java team. Oh gosh, this is pain to my soul. I don't even have 330 speed on Bosch Leia, which is what you should have. I don't have full 6-dot mods on her. My Jabba's well modded. Yeah, sure, my Jabba's well modded. Embo, garbage. Kersantin, garbage. Skiffguard Lando, garbage. Like, I am very far behind on mods, and I am doing everything I can, being as stingy as possible to try and catch up, and you should be too. Last year's Jar Jar for so long that I started the GL Ahsoka Rex mostly from scratch and also got base first. That's wild, dude. That's wild. Yeah, they're not fantastic, but they do things that, like, they're kind of like in a pinch, they can solve a lot of problems. You kill off like a Hezra against a Rey team, and you're like, I'm gonna save it because I killed the Hezra. You can bring in Gungans and finish it easy. You kill off like Bosch Leia, but then you get destroyed against a Jabba, and you save it. You can bring in the Gungans, and they'll do it with zero problems. So like there's a lot of places where they're like a great cleanup, they're a great thing, but as like a first try team, they're just a little too scary for me, and I'm not a big fan of them. So I'm starting out stingy AF with mods on the new account. Yeah, like on my free-to-play account, I'm not taking a single mod that doesn't have speed. I'm already up to 5 characters that have at least 45 speed on them, which is amazing for an account that just started this week. Like, I'm feeling good, and I'm going to be as stingy as possible, and I'm going to boost those mods so fast. I already have my first mod that's over 20 speed. Like, I'm excited for my free-to-play account. George is going to be the last thing I unlock. Fair. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Lightspeed bundle yet for them. Lightspeed token error shipment store. Yeah, I get it, Ventui. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry this wasn't like... Oh, sorry. I know I get super loud when I switch to the screen because I still haven't fixed my my microphone for this screen. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm sorry we got so off topic today. You know, I want to do roster reviews, but I also want to, you know, spend time with you guys, and you guys have a lot to say that's interesting to me, so I want to talk to you guys. So I apologize, but also I'm not sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I enjoy being with you guys, and I'm going to continue enjoying to be with you guys, and we'll just try to spend more time doing roster reviews as time goes on, and we might occasionally do like a all-day roster review stream where we're just like trying to push out as many roster reviews as possible occasionally, just to, you know, kind of help you guys out. So we're collecting. I really enjoy Terra Battle and Fleet Arena with Gak next. I almost forgot Star Killer is my Ray counter, so yeah, I'm not really worried about Gungans lol. Yeah, fair enough. We in the same guild, Beaver. Oh, and on the free-to-play account, yeah. Not surprising. Dude, I don't know who's in that guild. I may be an officer in that guild, but I've never been an officer in a guild before, and I'm literally just not paying attention at all to the officer stuff. Like, that is being taken care of by Saleya. That is being taken care of by our other officers fully. That is not me. Lady, glad you were able to make it. Tell the YouTubers to hit like. Oh, hey, YouTubers, hit like. Wait, I read that as like, go tell the other content creators to hit the like button. You mean the people that are on YouTube? Yeah, hold on. I can't say that to these people without doing it myself. So let me make sure that I'm not a hypocrite. So we're gonna go over here to my channel. Quiet me. Okay, there. Now I liked it as well. So now I can confidently say that, hey guys, go like this stream. Anyways, just go message Arnold. Hey, can you come like my stream? Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for giving a damn. Let's go find someone to raid real quick. On YouTube, I already know that I just saw Troopers on Break is streaming. So we have someone on YouTube, which is good because it's the week off, so we don't usually have a lot of people that we can raid. But it looks like Troopers is streaming, so we'll send you guys over to Troopers. And then over on Twitch we have this person, but they are speaking Spanish. Let's see if we can find something Star Wars related. It doesn't look like we have Tuscan Meathead to raid right now. Oh, there we go. I don't know what he's doing, but Urs is a Swigo streamer, even if he's not playing Swigo right now. Let's go ahead and raid him. You too, Mark Redden. Sorry, Anakin. You have a great night, my friend. Sorry, I should use the right slang. Tell that chat to smash the like button. Anyways, love all of you. Have a good night.